Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because you need to stop driving your car right now. How about that for a warning? Before I get into it, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. We have a sponsor today, Patriot Gold, which I will talk about later. But first things first, guys, let's get right into it. Toyota has a recall for 50,000 cars. Now, some of these are older models between 2003 and 2005, the Toyota Corolla, the Corolla Matrix, and the Toyota RAV4, that the airbags could not deploy if you were in an accident, which would be catastrophic. And if any of you have ever been in an accident and you've, ever hit anything and you've had the airbags go off, most people are really grateful for that to happen. Now, this is a problem because the Takata company has had a recall after recall after recall for the shenanigans that they did, which was not really ethical, and they had to recall a lot of cars, and they were going to fix these cars for free. But this is so bad, they're telling people, do not drive the car, pull the car over, don't drive the car. Now, Toyota had another recall late last year that was for 200,000 cars, and it was because there was a sensor that may make it so that the airbags may not go off. So you've got to check this out. And again, here's the thing about this. We've heard about recalls. We hear about them so much that people don't think about it. People don't, yeah, I'm getting a recall. Next time I get my oil change, I'll have them look at it. Well, USA Today even has a page for recalls, auto recalls, which I found, which is pretty cool. So if you need a reference and you want to look at this and you're not sure if your car is part of these recalls, USA Today has put together a list and you can use the link below. But check it out. And again, take this seriously because Toyota is a very good company and they don't do this until there's a real problem, to say the least. We are having so many problems with layoffs right now with our economy. That's not bad. Remember, the economy's great and everything's good and you should be, celebrating everything. PayPal is going to lay off another 1,200 people. Wow. PayPal has all these new innovations to take money, to do payments, and their stock is getting clobbered right now, but they are cutting back, and it's just, just cost cutting and all these things. I love the shenanigans that we're being told. This is all for the betterment of the company, to where we're going to lose 9% of our staff. And if I said the wrong number, it's 2,500 people, which is a lot. It's just getting too much, guys, too much. One thing that we talked about last summer was how the UPS workers had this great contract and they were making all this money. And your UPS driver is going to make so much money delivering packages. Well, they just announced that they're cutting 12,000 jobs. That is unbelievable, guys. 12,000 people are going to lose their job at UPS after they got that monster contract. What is next? What is next? And again, this is cost cutting. This is to save us money because things are so good. There is a global shipping. It's not a recession anymore. It's a depression. People are not shipping. Christmas was off by 40% as far as the packages that people shipped out. We have, if you guys read the comments in the video, and I wish you could read my email comments, but postal workers that are saying, it was the lightest Christmas ever, Dan. We normally do, 40,000 packages and we did 16. Guys, it was catastrophic how bad it was for how light shipping was this year, with grandma sending stuff and Christmas cards and everything else that did not go out this year because people don't have the money. Remember that. So, you're going to see more and more of this, okay? There was a hardware company that went bankrupt in Arizona, and I love this. Restoration Forest Project, which is a sustainable hardware company, but they couldn't sustain their business. They blamed the fact that we have we were building a new headquarters, and we ran into problems after the pandemic. Guys, it was 4 years ago they ran into the problems and never got past that. Well, business never picked up to normal. Now, this company does everything from lumber to wood chips. They do it all. And what was sustainable was that when you cut a piece of lumber and you've got sawdust, they sold that, which was absolutely brilliant. That really was, when you think about that. But the problem with it was they were not making any money when it came to this and could never get themselves ahead again. So you're gonna see more and more builders go out of business. And this is just a bad sign. It's a bad sign. People cannot afford what they've been purchasing. People are financing everything to the hilt. Interest rates are sky high right now, and nobody wants to look at that. You're going to see a big disparity, a disparagement between the rich people and the poor people of the world. It's gonna get worse right before your eyes. And people wonder, how can people afford this? They can't. The average working Joe cannot afford this. I'm trying to do this without getting eaten out here, okay? But share your thoughts on this stuff so far, guys, because what we're living through is something that we're being told that everything is great and the economy is fantastic. But you have companies that are good companies like PayPal, like UPS. They're great companies, but they're not doing well because of the environment right now, okay? Let me know. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. Let's face it, the instability of our economy is getting worse by the day. In fact, we just hit $34 trillion in our national debt, but it gets better because they say that we could climb by another $1 trillion in as short as 5 months. It used to take years for it to go up by $1 trillion. Now it's just a few short months. You need to protect yourself and your future and your family by contacting Patriot Gold today. Call them at 888-330-1431 and find out if an IRA or 401k that's backed by physical metals is right for you. Contact them today. Use the link below or call them and get a free investor guide. They are #1 rated for 7 years in a row for a reason. Contact them today. But look at what all the experts are doing and look at what central banks are doing. Regardless of the stock market, they are buying precious metals, especially gold right now. You don't want to miss out on this. Do it before it's too late. Contact the good people at Patriot Gold today, 888-330-1431, and let them know that Dan from iAllegedly sent you. You have to protect yourself in everything that you do. Every month now, you should basically change the password on your computer. You should basically change the password to your bank, to different things like that, just so that people do not get access to it. Because a couple more ransomware attacks, Schneider Electric, which is a huge electric company, just got a Cactus ransomware attack where they were hit with multiple terabytes of data being stolen and customer data and everything out of the company. Okay, and of course, they notified everybody 2 weeks after it happened, and don't worry, we're working on it to get this fixed. And then Keenan and Associates here in California is a big insurance brokerage, and they had 1.5 million people's data stolen. What do you give your insurance man? Think about everything you give your insurance man. Your name, your address, your social, your credit card information, all that stuff that you give your your insurance agent, okay? All that's gone, okay? Stolen from it. And again, you guys, we could do this every single day. Isn't that wild to think about? This is just happening all the time right now. So share your thoughts on this stuff. Let me know what you think about this because, I talk about the privacy and the VPNs and all that stuff, but if you were responsible for somebody's data, wouldn't you protect yourself? Wouldn't you protect the clients and work on that 24/7? Wouldn't that be your success story that you could do? Hey, look, we thwarted an attack. No one's doing that. Have you noticed that? We always hear about this after the fact. So sooner or later, somebody's going to get smart and they're going to talk about the data that they stop and all the theft and everything that they've been able to combat. But no, haven't seen that yet. So let me know what you think about this. How about this crazy stat? Half of the people in America cannot afford their rent. One half, 50%. That is outrageous when you think about that. The average rent, $1,713. So if your rent's more than that, you're paying above average for rent. Now here's the thing that is crazy about these stats. Hey, rent went down last month, and people need to celebrate the fact that it did go down. Yeah, it went down $4 a month on an average. $4 a month, okay? It's off its peak from July of last year, but still, it went down $4. So, you know, it's going in the right direction. Right, okay, sure. You're going to see more people homeless. You're going to have friends that are going to want to live with you. That's what's going to happen. And you're going to have adult children want to live with you. That's what's going to happen. So you're going to see more and more of that. Now, the next thing, have you ever had an employment contract? If you do this, we'll pay you this. They're fantastic. I mean, I've had a few in my life. They're great. Elon Musk had one that paid him $55 billion. And shareholders sued him and Tesla, saying that it was outrageous and he should never have had that. And they fought, and it was years in court. And guess what? A judge just overturned it. So he's not getting his $55 billion. They have to rewrite a new agreement. So I love cases like this. We spend tens of millions of dollars with the lawyers and with the courts. You guys got what you wanted, but you didn't get a solution. So you got to go back to the drawing board. What's Elon Musk worth to work for you? If he could work at your company, I mean, you're going to see funny stuff come out of this. Listen, we'll pay him 80 grand a year if he's our, chief technology officer. You're going to see stuff like that come out of this. Mark my words. So, speaking of Elon Musk, they just did, I think he owns 7 companies. They just announced that Neuralink, his, putting the chips in your brain, that they just installed the first chip into somebody's brain. And the guy, just think, he'll be able to play video games faster. That was one thing they actually said in the article. I was like, are you joking? Now, the guy will not be able to hit a jump shot. He will not be able to pick up on women. He won't be able to do anything good, I don't even know if it's a man or a woman, but somebody got that. So share your thoughts on that. And again, you first, okay? I'm not interested in that. So share your thoughts on that. Just superhumans, and we'll all have Neuralinks put in our brain. Think about it. They shut the Teslas off. What do you think they do to you, okay? Let me know what you think about that. And is he worth $55 billion? Let me know that too. Let me ask you a question, and that is, how do you think things are right now? Do you think things are good? Think they're going in the right direction? Realistically, do you worry about things? Do you worry about the economy? Do you worry about your job? Do you worry about your business? Do you worry about paying your bills? Couple stats that are just alarming, okay? The first one is, they say now there's a 75% chance that we will have a recession between now and Election Day. Okay, so with that being said, are you concerned about that? Does that concern you with people cutting back, with losing your job, the business you work for closing? Does that concern you? Read the article below, because once again, it's like, are you worried or you're not worried? Me, if you're educated and you know that trouble's coming, I think trouble's here, guys. That's what, when you see all these layoffs and all these problems, this is not just an isolated incident. Think about this. I've probably covered 18 to 24 companies that have laid people off this year already. And it's a lot, guys. And they're all people you've heard of at this point. Now, here's the stat that really floored me. I don't believe the employment numbers. I don't believe you can lay off all these people and have it stay at 3.8% or 4% or whatever the lie that we're being told is. Now, what they're saying now is unemployment's going to double between now and Election Day. Oh, okay. So it's going to go to about 7%, which I don't believe. I think it's going to be more like 14, 15%, but that's me. So what do you think about this? Do you think that this is where we're headed? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? I am just telling you, when you see that people can't afford their rent and you're seeing all these companies cut back. There was a, McDonald's that was charging $8 for an Egg McMuffin. Again, floored me that they did that. Absolutely floored me. Jack in the Box last month had a deal where you could get 2 egg and bagel muffins, with cheese on it and stuff, and they were 2 for $4. They're $2 a piece. I'm like, oh, it's a great deal. They did it for 2 weeks to see if it would sell. Well, it sold so well, they're not going to bring it back. But again, the Egg McMuffin for $8. Okay? Who can afford that, guys? How do you take kids out? Happy Meals that are $9. It's nuts right now. It is nuts. So share your thoughts on this, but if you know things are headed in a certain direction, you can protect yourself. You can get rid of debt. You can pay things off. You can sell things you don't need. You're seeing such a problem with the car market that people that have needed to sell cars are getting offers. I've had people write me and say that they were offered 25 cars at once because they cannot sell at auction. And what these banks are doing now with this, that you're not being told this, is this one thing. Cars are going to auction, and let's say they don't sell. Okay, well, they didn't clean the car up, and they really didn't get a good opening offer, so we don't want to sell it. If a car goes through these auctions twice now, they're not going to bring it back a third time. So they're going to have to liquidate these cars. Something we haven't seen since the last economic downturn. Okay? So get yourself ready for this stuff, guys. Be ready, educate yourself, and, if you know there's trouble ahead, then you can be ready for it. It's that simple. But if you think things are great, and I have a lot of people that write me, and there's a lot of loaded people, which when I say loaded with money, that have retirement and have pensions and don't have a care in the world. If their house dropped $300,000 or $400,000 or $500,000, it wouldn't affect them. Those people I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the working class people, the people that have to get up and have a job each day. Us, okay? Let me know what you think about this, because it should be concerning for you, because it's concerning for me. It's concerning for clients. It's concerning for people that are not paying. And you're starting to see shenanigans when it comes to banks. You're starting to see banks holding checks for good companies for long periods of time. You're starting to see more and more checking accounts get frozen. And hey, listen, we need activity explained right now before we can move forward. Huh? We've been with you guys for 12 years. Okay? Get ready, get ready, get ready. And for those of you that have gone out and gotten a second bank account or third or fourth, good for you, because you're going to see shenanigans happen. And again, I am one of the people that thinks that this is going to happen Friday night at 4:45 at night. They're going to start shutting banks down, and it's going to be like, well, we told you there were problems. Okay, so be ready for this, but let me know if you think things are good right now or bad right now or gonna get worse. Let us all know, okay? I love the comments. I love the emails. I love everything you guys send me, but right now I think it's getting pretty precarious right now. I'm gonna finish this video with these last couple stories. And the first one, I wanna give you guys another warning about this. Do not respond to anybody that's saying, hey, text me, I'm Dan, or any other YouTuber out there. They are fake. There are people trying to sell you a scam, sell you crypto and things like that. I don't sell crypto, guys. Also, my comments are highlighted. I'm the only person that can do it on iAllegedly. If you see someone that's promoting that, report them. If you see somebody doing the Amazon ASQR 654, report them. We're getting pretty good with this, with reporting this stuff, but it's also on you guys too. Me and your other favorite YouTube channels, report these people as unwanted spam, and they will eventually be blocked, and we do it all the time. But I had somebody write me yesterday and say, hey, was this you? You said text me, here's your number. And no, it's not me, guys. Email hello@iallegedly.com, and these other scammers don't fall for that, okay? Don't fall for that. Final story. We've been talking about food today, and I'm going to end it with this. I love Chinese food. I love going out. I love it. People have said that they like P.F. Chang's, which I just have never really been a big fan of. And somebody went out and did a comparison between P.F. Chang's and Panda Express. And the woman said, first of all, that Panda Express was a lot cheaper and the food was better. And I'm going to kind of agree with that. And I'm not slamming on P.F. Chang's, but it's very Americanized Chinese food. Nothing is better than the family that owns a small Chinese restaurant and you get the good stuff. And my friend Dave was telling me about his experience with his wife in the last week about how they bought stuff and it's like the ingredients weren't that good. So you're starting to see this. Rayo's, the tomato sauce, you know, that you had, the marinara and all those great sauces. People have been complaining online about what happened to Rayo's over the summer. Well, they got bought by Campbell's, guys. And ever since that happened, it's not the same thing. I don't mind paying for good food, okay? And I want value, but to sit there and to pay tablecloth prices for an Egg McMuffin is insanity. So share your thoughts on this stuff. Let me know what you think about this. You know, what fast food place is worth going to right now? Okay? Let me know. Because I'm blown away at how the expense of all this stuff right now. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you want to get a hold of me, again, hello@iallegedly.com is the email address. Onward and upward, guys. We'll see you guys very soon.